it's that time of year. Brandy and eggnog, there's plenty of cheer. There's lights on the trees and there's wreaths to be hung. There's mischief and mayhem and songs to be sung. There's bells and there's holly, the kids are gung-ho. True love finds a kiss beneath fresh mistletoe. Some families are messed up while others are fine. If you think yours is crazy, well, you should see mine.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another great edition of That Rick Barrett Show. And I just have to say this about that. Last episode, it was highly controversial that I ripped on a friend, Joe Rimsky, and his wife, Kim. And a few people have said that it is not cool and whatever. But I have to say this. Joe, I'm sorry. Kim, I'm sorry. It was meant to be humorous. I never intended for you guys to be offended by what I said. And it was just a big joke. On this show, we are joking around. We are not serious. And that's something you need to know. Like I said, it's the holidays. And when this show is being filmed before Christmas, I hope you all have a wonderful holiday. Maybe even a New Year's. Hopefully we're on the air by New Year's. But, you know, when people say happy holidays, it's not necessarily because we're Jewish or we're of another religious nationality. It's because sometimes we don't see each other during the entire holiday. So when we wish each other happy holidays, it means Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's. It doesn't mean like we're trying to be politically correct and you know, that's something you need to know. It's not all about Merry Christmas. I know a lot of people throw keep Merry Christmas, whatever. That's fine. I'm cool with that. But keep in mind this. It's just trying to combine two holidays into one. It's like Thanksgiving. I heard a lot of jackasses talk about Thanksgiving. And talking about it's a celebrate. We're not going to celebrate Thanksgiving because it's a genocide of the Indian race. Well, that's not true. It's like the rebel flag. If the rebel flag offends you, you need a history lesson. Sort of like if you think Thanksgiving is a celebration of a genocide of a race, you need a history lesson. The Pilgrims didn't make that commitment to the Indians. They made the commitment to the Indians, I should say, in good faith. Little did they know that what the future held. We can't blame the Thanksgiving holiday as a genocide. Yes, the Indians got raped of their land, but that happened years and years and years later. To celebrate that as a genocide is like saying that the rebel flag is a cause of controversy and that the rebel flag offends me. If you think that Thanksgiving is a genocide of a human race and that the rebel flag means hatred, y'all need a history lesson. And that's something you need to know. I had somewhat of a tragedy in my life. And a couple people close to this show had tragedies of their own. And I'm not going to go into that. However, what I learned during this whole tragedy thing is that family and friends are the most important thing in your world. Let's take a look at this on a lower level. Say you're married and your spouse goes to work and there's some troubling times. All it takes is one guy or female to say, hey, hi there, and flirt with your spouse. The next thing you know, things are going good between them, and he or she comes home and says, guess what, it ain't working out. And the next thing you know, you're out on the street. Your family is the most important thing, or your friends are the most important thing. Something I learned during my personal tragedy, and a couple others, is that the friends and family are the most important thing we have. Months ago, I swore on a Bible that I would never, ever, ever in my life let my friends be alone for holidays. it's something that I'm passionate about. And why, you may ask? Because these guys have never let me ever be alone. We've gone through some hard times on this show. And these guys needed me. And fortunately, I've been blessed with the opportunity to be able to be there for them. And it's something you need to know. At any point in our lives, something sacred can be taken away from us. And guess what? When you turn and look behind you, your friends and your family are going to be standing there, right there for you. I've often thought about what makes a true friend. And what makes a true friend is, yeah, when the going's good, you're all there, ha ha ha, laughing. But when the going gets tough and you look behind you, is that friend going to be there for you? It's something passionate to me that I always want to be there for my friends. These guys in this room were always there for me. As minor as a breakup with a girl, they picked up the pieces. And believe me, it's a minor issue. That means something to me. I've always been a person that wants to get back to these guys. And because when I felt that I was at my lowest, they picked me up, made me feel like I'm $1,000,000. That's something you need to know. Your friends and your family, never ever forget who they are, because at some point in your life you may need them. And let me ask you this out there. Are you the type of friend that will turn your back on friends or family at a time of need? Don't do it. Because guess what? We're friends, we're family. Everybody needs somebody at some point. Be the better person. That's something you need to know. And coming up next, That Rick Barrett Show, Episode 2. That's something you need to know.
Ladies and gentlemen, the show that's been officially banned in the country of Germany, and more to come. We are live in the most livable city in Pennsylvania, Jefferson Hills. It is That Rick Barrett Show, and here he is, your most lovable host, via YouTube, Rick Barrett.
Thank you all for another great edition of That Rick Barrett Show, Episode 2. Here on the stage, we've got Sparks. We paid a lot of money for this guy, the guitar virtuoso from many bands.
Too Stupid to Die.
Too Stupid to Die, one of my favorites. And as a special guest on this show, we brought in Brian Koster, Pittsburgh expert on all things happening in Pittsburgh, so it's going to be a great addition to this show. Glad to have you on here. It's awesome. So, Koster, you've been downtown recently, skating at PPG Place with the big Christmas tree and everything. Tell us a little bit how that went. Tell us about your experience, how much it cost, what can people expect from that. I can't skate, so I'm not going down, but if somebody out there can skate, let us know.
Well, Rick, first off, it's very nice being down here. Very honored to be here with you today on That Rick Barrett Show. PPG Place is a very family-oriented place. It costs $7 to ice skate down there. You can either bring your own skates or they have rentals down there. I don't know how much the rentals are, actually. But the newest feature they have down there, which is very interesting, they added color LED lights on top of the PPG tower to make the ice glow like a pinkish-purplish color. It is phenomenal down there. And to get down there early because the lines do fill up really quick.
Is that any day of the week, or is it a more? You think it'd be a little more packed during the weekends? You know, obviously, you know, because I went to Ogle Bay on a weekend, and I waited about a half hour to get into the light show. I mean,
with Christmas time coming up, the lines are going to be packed every single day. Usually, when they start up around November 22nd, so it's really not bad when it comes to lines. The weekends are usually jam-packed. The lines are usually wrapped all the way around the ice skating rink. But other than that, it's a phenomenal place. They have food and everything there, soft pretzels, chips, you name it, and lockers for 50 cents to put all your stuff in. Very safe and secure down there.
Is that like the rapper?
And Sparks and our guitar guy, always on the show. Very, very, very pleased to have them here. As I alluded to, I gotta say this about that. This show is about having fun, and like I said, if I offend anybody, believe me, I'm very sorry. It's not the show's intent to offend you. I came out with Joe Rimsky last episode and kind of ripped on him and made fun of him, and I heard that it was highly controversial what I said. But Sparks, for us, the holidays, what's it mean to you about the holidays? And especially because I've known you've gone through a lot in the last month. What's it mean to you, especially now during Christmas and Thanksgiving, in terms of having family and friends around?
Family and friends, very important. That's what helped me through the tough times of my life. Also living in the present and keeping your mind busy. But yeah, friends and family, I definitely agree with you, what you said before. That's who's going to be there for you, when this stuff occurs.
And for me, like I said, I went through a minor tragedy as compared to what a lot of people go through. And that's what got me through it. I mean, like, hanging out with y'all. And then I started realizing, like, your friends and family are, like, some of the most important people in your life. And sometimes we take those people for granted. I mean, Katie Pringle, awesome, getting my mind off things. I mean, you guys get my mind off things. Sometimes you need that. You need to hang out and just realize, like, you know what? No matter what, you'll never be able... It has been a personal goal of mine since I was even married. That no matter what, none of my friends that were single would ever be alone on a holiday. And for me, I am very passionate about it. I don't want nobody having to wake up on Christmas and be alone or be alone all day. If you want, and if I'm able, if I'm married, whatever situation I'm in, I want you guys to come over and hang out and enjoy my food. For instance, Kostrop here came over on Thanksgiving because he wanted to. I didn't want him to be alone. If he was alone, I couldn't stand the thought. And it's any of my friends. Come over. Hang out because I'm cooking the turkey for you all. I'm doing something for you all. I don't want anybody to be alone. And, what's that mean to you? Let me ask you this. What's that mean to you that, possibly be alone on a holiday? I mean, I know that I'm going through that. For the first year in my life, on Christmas Day, I will wake up alone. 37 years, I don't have any parents. I don't have my kids. I'm waking up alone, and I'm going to be depressed. I'm going to be the first one to tell you all I'm going to be miserable that day. I'm going to miss it. But what's that mean to you? Like, to know that, hey, there's someone out there that says, hey, don't be alone, come on over.
Well, that means the world to me. I want to bring up something, though, real quick, though. I'll never forget, it was about a couple summers ago, I was on this man's front porch, and he stated to me that, like, even just besides the holidays, this is how good of a friend he is. He says, if you're going through rough times, if you suffer a job loss, you will never be homeless. There will always be a door open and a place to stay at his house. That almost brought tears to my eyes because it meant the world to me. And even on holidays, I can tell you so many times where I would be down about the holidays and everything. Rick Barrett would come over and say, hey, I'm frying a turkey, come on over. It made the holidays so much better. Life as a single guy, in your 30s, is kind of hard nowadays. But now, when you have great friends, family, you name it, that means the world.
All right, we got to take a commercial break. Sean, take us home.
I got your coffee, Mr. Barrett.
Oh,
There
thank
you
you,
go.
thank you. You know, something on a more personal level. I've been dealing with a breakup of a girlfriend, and it's not that I'm, you know, guys, that I'm so much bitter. It's that I'm hurt because nothing had been really wrong in the relationship. It was kind of like a good relationship. Like, you know, she can't be tied down. So I don't know how to handle it. I mean, I've gotten mixed vibes, and I've got mixed signals, and then she tries to re-explain to me, like, listen, I don't want this. I mean, Sparks, you know, what's your opinion on the whole thing? Because, like, for me, like, I'm happy that we're still talking. I'm happy that we're friends and we can go on and date. But, like, by the same token, like, I feel kind of somewhat bitter that, like, I've treated her better than any guy she's ever been with, and yet I'm the one she threw away. You know, like, that's the part that probably pisses me off the most. Like, we never fought. Like, ever. There's no, and she will tell you, she'll say, Rick's the perfect guy. But yet, we can't stay together. I mean, what are your past experiences, and you're an expert in this. What do you say to that? All that, you know?
I just think maybe she made just a quick decision without thinking it through, because you said that she said something like that about you being a good guy and everything, like, and she's like, she even said, she's like, I think I'm making a wrong decision here. So
for me, it's one of those things. It's like, you know, I don't know if people want me to talk about it, or like, you know, hey, listen, you know, just get over it. But keep in mind, I'm 37 years old. I don't have a lot of time on my hands. Like, I can't just bounce from one relationship to the next. You know, I'm not a young pup. You know, so you know, to me it was very disappointing, you know, and you know, you guys lifted me up when I needed you the most, and it's an awesome feeling, and that's part of the point that I try to make at the beginning of the show, is that, like, I'm never going to let anybody down. I'm in a situation right now where I have the opportunity to do something and make a difference in somebody's life, especially when they're done, whether it be you or Mike or Sean and Brian. You know, like, maybe I can make a difference in their lives just by being there for them. And it's minor compared to what a lot of people that I know have gone through. So, Kostrup, let me ask you this. How are things going? I mean, you're our Pittsburgh expert. Glad to have you on the show. How are things going for you as far as you know, your personal life and things of that nature?
yeah, what's that scratch on your arm, bro?
From work.
Yeah.
Well, things are going good. I mean, Rick has me working long hours, being the executive vice president and CEO of Rick Barrett Enterprises Incorporated. You know, booking all his.
And you make a good cup of coffee. Let me add that in there. You know.
Damn
Until he
right.
gets fired one day.
I know. I'm the highest on the totem pole, and yet Sparks got the better contract than me.
Hey, I got a question for you, Costume.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, about that, the skating ring, I'd seen you had a picture of a tree.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering who you're taking to the skating ring.
Whoa, it's the RB show here.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, you got to come clean on the show,
I mean,
man.
By myself.
I mean, come on.
I go every year by myself. Yes, I'm a loser.
And
I think there's a girl in the
I don't
picture.
think that way. I think, it might
there's
be
a
the,
definite girl in the picture, but she's not in the picture.
think about Sparks. Think about this, guys. I mean, like the ultimate peace of mind. And me and Sparks have
Rick.
talked about this millions of times. What if?
Who do you think this
What if-
mystery woman is, though?
I don't know,
Boggles my
but
mind.
if he does go by himself, it's the ultimate peace. How many
do
times
go
we
by
go to the
myself.
gym and speak about the ultimate peace within ourselves? I mean, if that's what he does,
It could be.
I'll take a lie
we
detector
gotta-
test on the show. I go by myself.
Oh.
I've been going by myself for the past 5
Does
years.
Rena Center have those?
I don't know.
I think we can fork it out in our contract here. with our
If so,
budget.
I'm in second.
Yeah, check it today.
No, I believe you, man. I'm just.
Yeah, I do go by myself.
That scratch on your arm. I mean,
Yeah.
Sean, well, we haven't touched base with the guitar virtuoso that we've shelled out an astronomical amount of money to keep him on this show. I mean,
A lot of money.
he keeps raising his price, and it's like, man, there goes the budget.
We're having
But-
big money
but
here,
it's
but
it's
it's
a
worth
heaven
it.
sent to have him on the show. I mean, the holidays, man. Tell us what you think. I mean, we're coming up on the holidays. This show's filmed a little bit before Christmas. We wish everybody a Merry Christmas and possibly a Happy New Year. I mean, what's it mean to you to have good people around you, or I mean, because of something I think a lot of people take for granted. Friends and family.
Well, I always like to pleasure myself, not masturbate, but I like to pleasure
That's
myself.
what everybody thought right here.
Yeah, exactly.
I like to pleasure myself.
He's actually whacking off underneath the guitar.
Brings me pleasure. No. No, I just like surrounding myself with good people. Surround myself with good people keeps me in good spirits, and then I can keep people in good spirits. The thing that I like about the holidays the most is not having to work.
Amen to that.
Amen to that.
You
Yes,
work 2
yes,
and
yes.
3 jobs, and you only have a half a day off a week. The one day off where you talk about you don't want to be alone for the holidays and stuff like that. Sometimes there's different ways of being alone. You could still be in an environment with your family and friends, but if you step away for like an hour or two just to, poop or whatever, you know what I mean? I got nothing. Really, I don't got nothing. I'm just happy that I don't have to frickin' work. But and surrounding myself with my friends and my family. What little family I have. And I'm thankful that there is a family that I could have been a part of that I'm not going to be a part of. We'll get to that in future episodes. When I come clean. When I air out my dirty laundry.
When do guitars come clean?
Guitar guy, take us home. Son of a bitch, if he didn't name his price and we paid it, I mean, money well spent. Play us another lick. If you play us a note. I gotta. I'm telling you what, this guy's awesome. I mean, if you ever get a chance to see this guy play live, check him out. I mean,
Mr.
unbelievable. Yes, Mr. Smalls, the Rex, anywhere around Pittsburgh.
Bar.
Please check him on. I got a lot off my chest, and now it's time for a damn good laugh. It's time for the 1 minute riddle.
Hi, I'm Sean, and this is the 1 minute riddle. This guy's in court, and he's on trial for accused of murdering his family. The prosecuting lawyer is standing there, and he's questioning the defendant, and he has a hammer it's covered in blood, and it's the evidence. And he stands up and he goes, and he's questioning the guy, and he goes, "Is this the hammer that you used to bludgeon your wife to death with in her sleep?" Before this guy can answer, this old man in the jury box stands up and goes, "You son of a bitch!" Judge pounding his gavel, he goes, "Order in the court! Order in the court! I'll have no outbursts in my courtroom. Prosecutor, you may proceed." Prosecutor gets closer with the bloody hammer and he says, "Is this the hammer that you used to bludgeon your daughter to death with in her sleep?" Before the guy can answer, the old man in the jury box stands up and goes, "You motherfucker!" Judge is pounding on the gavel. He's like, "Order in the court! Order in the court! I'll have no outbursts in my courtroom. Prosecutor, you may proceed." Prosecutor gets up even closer now with the hammer. He goes, "Is this the hammer that you used to bludgeon your son to death with in his sleep?" Before the guy can answer, the old man stands up and goes, "You fucking asshole!" Judge is pounding, "Order in the court! Order in the court! Sir, this is the third time you're outburst. What is your problem?" The old man stands up and goes, "I'm the guy's neighbor, and every time I asked him to borrow a hammer, the fucker told me he never had one." And that's the 1 minute riddle.
Coming up next, That Rick Barrett Show, Guitar Guy.
Oh, boy.
Take us home.
That's it.
That's it. Yeah, it was.
We spend a ton of money on this guy, and believe me, we are happy as hell to have him. I can't stress that enough here on That Rick Barrett Show.
Too bad.
Coming up.
Too bad it's pesos.
I'm in euros.
You didn't know the difference.
I'm in euros.
Euros, we don't pay you at all.
Yeah.
You pay us to come on the show. I mean, but it's segment 4.5, one of my favorites. We just kind of throw shit, crap, all together.
Not at each other.
Not at each other. Yes, obviously we can't stress that enough.
We're not monkeys in a zoo. We don't throw poop at each other.
Yes, Gigi Allen. Did you ever see him?
Yeah, he used to rape women on stage and get head and throw shit.
When did he die?
90.
What?
We were in high school when he died. I
Yeah.
remember seeing him on Joan Rivers, and he had his adopted daughter on the show, and she said that, I don't know if can I say that for her birthday, he gave her oral sex, or she gave him oral sex or something.
There was some pleasure being given.
Pleasure being given. But if you have a chance,
Kind of like the pleasure I get from
YouTube
being
this
around
guy,
friends
because
like
I will tell you what, you will be in shock at what you see. I mean, that guy was a complete a-hole. I mean, when you have Scotty Ian from Anthrax, like, man, I went to see him, and boy, that was the biggest mistake of my life, you know, like.
Why did he get raped that night?
No, he was horrible.
The fans got raped that
I mean,
night.
he was just like, wow, I can't believe I actually went to the show. You know, it's one of those morbid curiosity things for me. Like, now you got to punch him in on YouTube.
Yeah.
Sort of like we talked about last episode, like when everybody was the devil. You know, yeah. Now I'm gonna type Gore in and figure out what these guys are about. Motley Crue, Satan. Okay, let's see what they're all about. You know, like when we were the Catholic upbringing. Again, I'd be foolish if I didn't introduce these guys and use them a lot more than what we're paying for, because it kind of sucks because it comes out of our budget. But we got Sparks and we got Brian Kostrup on the set for the first time. Kostrup, I mean, anything you want to talk about, feel free. I mean, the holidays are coming up. Christmas shopping all done. I mean, New Year's Eve. What are the plans, for the holidays?
You got me working the holidays.
Well, yeah, I know, but there's
Rick,
a good reason for that.
Why?
It would either
I'm living
be
at
you
the
or
office.
him. Now, I can't fire you, but...
I thought we got the holidays off.
No, you got the holidays.
Yeah. Hold on here.
That's in your contract.
Hold on here. Now we're starting some controversy. Yeah, you got the holidays.
If you decide not to come in, they still can't fire you.
Exactly.
Yeah, you got it all good, with the negotiation.
That's
but
the privileges for for working.
And you're
for
still
me.
higher paid than me.
And we have to kiss his ass because if he says I ain't playing, we're screwed. We lose our in-house
And
musician.
I play the ukulele.
And we don't want that. But anyhow, what do you got going on, man? Tell us a little bit about the holiday plans, some traditions, stuff, things of that nature.
Oh, the typical Christmas Eve tradition. Spend time with mom, dad, sister, nieces and nephews, and having some Kentucky Fried Chicken.
What?
Kentucky Fried Chicken, that's a tradition, surprising.
No, that's cool as hell.
Have ham sandwiches, put the stockings up near the fireplace, put some cookies out and milk for Santa Claus. And, that's
Sandwiches.
Sandwiches, yeah.
Like Santa needs sandwiches. I mean, that guy's a
Like he
fat
needs
bastard,
cookies,
that's,
too. Yeah.
good reason for that. Sparks, what about you? What you got going on for the holidays? As best as you could tell us, because there's some things that are a little different this year, and we won't elaborate on that on this show.
I
'cause it's
think
not our
I'm going
point.
to go to the Getaway Cafe.
On 88 there.
Yeah, on McNeely.
Yeah. What night are you going?
I went there for Thanksgiving. It was pretty fucking delicious. Whoops.
Beep!
Beep.
On Thanksgiving night? You going there on Christmas Day?
Christmas, I don't know yet. I gotta call them and see what's going on.
I'm having turkey on Christmas Day.
Are you really?
Mm-hmm. Big turkey.
Hammer turkey. I like turkey. I fried a turkey for Thanksgiving. I thought it was all right.
I'm having a live turkey.
You guys gotta go shoot it.
No,
And eat it.
Drink it.
I'm gonna drink it 1-on-1. That's what I do on the holidays. Is I drink.
What's going on for New Year's?
I don't know. I heard there's a party down at the VI house.
That's
I'll
cool.
be there. Probably Sparks will be there. Hopefully he doesn't get whooped. Hopefully
Possible live
Sean's there. I
footage?
mean, it could be awesome, man. We could have a killer night.
Possible live footage?
Sean, one of the things that I am envious of is the fact that you got a cottage. Tell us a little bit about the cottage.
My cottage is.
I am jealous.
In Pymatoonie. That's about 100 miles from here, up north, near Conneaut.
That's awesome.
It's right. It's
so jealous.
the lake is actually on the border of Pennsylvania and Ohio. And there's a bridge that crosses the lake, and it's called the Pymatoonie Causeway.
Operation Ohio.
I know.
It used to be all swamped. Actually, it's a man-made lake. They flooded the dam to attract tourists. Good fishing spot.
Were there any murders there?
You know what? I've looked up in the library, and I looked online, newspapers, whatever, and I can't really find anything. You know what I mean? I'm sure people have died up there, but it's like a small country town, whatever, and it's like everybody knows each other. But the nice thing about it is where my cottage is, it's in an allotment. It's like one road in, one road out. And it's like all these different streets going up and down. There's like one street light on every street. They're all dirt roads and it's all woods, and it looks like something out of Friday the 13th.
Wow.
And my allotment's right next to a campground, and we used to sneak in through the campground after hours and drink. Didn't get chased by the cops.
So you've never seen any naked guys eating grizzly bears?
Or
No, but
wontons.
That sounds like your movie there.
Yeah.
Naked,
Any
sounds like a
wonton
fantasy.
stating.
That sounds like a Grizzly
That's
Adams
just the
porno.
weird shit that goes through my mind.
No, but we used to sneak down the beach and throw the lifeguard chairs into the water. So whenever they would come down there, I
That's
could go
awesome.
get them and drag them back.
Nice.
We used to do that.
Oh, I got something to say real quick. It's like off the fucking
I
subject.
raped your mother today. Sorry.
No, I was talking to
Back to
Marissa last night. I said,
Yes.
I was talking. I invited her down, down for that Rick Barrett show, and she's like my mouth almost hit the fucking bar because she's like, sure. She's like, how
Or
about I
she
wear my
might.
bikini down here? And I was like, that works.
Where is she?
She might be on the next one, hopefully.
I thought she was coming to this one.
We have to go get more wings.
Come on, Sparks.
Eat your wings.
Yeah.
I think
Bring
we
two
can get,
down.
I think we can get her on the show, though, actually.
Well, bring 2 down. Bring as many people as you want. I mean, this is an open-ended show. So we're on 80s Cheese Corner, one of my favorite segments. You know, part of the 4.5 that we do. Koster, what's the cheesiest Let's Go TV show you know? And it doesn't have to be from the 80s.
Full House.
Full House, you think it's cheesy?
Man, there's nothing wrong with Uncle Jesse.
It's
My
cheesy
kids,
as hell.
I can't agree with that because my kids love it.
Okay. It was like hardcore family values, but yet all of them became crackheads and.
Dave Coulier from Out of
Yeah, but
Control.
outside the box, I mean, that don't count.
I heard Bob Saget on XM call me swearing, cussing,
Believe it or not,
begging women.
Believe it or not, he was really good friends with Rodney Dangerfield, and that's how he got on that show. And a lot of his comic routine, believe it or not, was vulgar and dirty.
Bob Saget.
Bob
yeah,
Saget.
I heard, yeah.
Then whenever he got the job to be on Full House,
He cleaned his act.
he cleaned it. Well, he didn't clean his act up, but I guess he kind of did because he portrayed his television dad. And I remember while he was portraying his television dad, he did a stand-up HBO Comedy Hour, and on that HBO Comedy Hour, it was like PG. The only thing raunchy he had was he put a camera in his pants, and he unzipped the zipper, and you saw the zipper open up, and you could like see the audience through his pants.
See, I knew he was a little bit racy, but only because they did the roast of Bob Saget on the Comedy Central, and then I was like, whoa, man,
But he was originally like that before he got the gig with Full House.
Sean, cheesy 80s.
Cheesy 80s. Cheesy 80s.
Anything cheesy from the 80s.
Cheesy 80s.
Yeah, there's a lot to choose from. I mean,
cheesy 80s.
My two dads.
that was bad.
Mother must have been a whore.
Yeah, that is kind of, think about that. Yeah,
That was
either
before
one could be. Yeah,
The easiest thing to do was send like a DNA sample to Quantico, the FBI, and they'd be able to tell you who the real father is.
And this very chick ended up living with those two dads.
Yeah, how fucking creepy is that? Freaking creepy is that? Yeah, cheesy 80s. I'll tell you what's cheesy about the 80s. It's not necessarily anything particular from the 80s, but that VH1 show about the 80s.
I love the 80s.
I love the 80s. That's freaking cheesy. The intercut, like with the interviews and stuff like that, where the people are trying to be funny and they're not.
Well, that's what they hold on to the B-list, comedians that don't really have a job, so they kind of try to be funny in hopes of relaunching their career. I mean, Hal Sparks is on it, and various other comedians.
I've flushed things more funnier than that show.
I don't disagree. I mean, although I do like when they do the old commercials, and you're like,
it kind of brings nostalgia.
Yeah, it is pretty cool in that regard.
Transformers,
Dude, there's nothing wrong with Transformers.
Rubik's Cube.
GoBots were like the ghetto Transformers.
They're like the Kmart Transformers. Thank you. Clerks 2. You ever see Clerks 2?
Yeah.
Clerks 2 is awesome.
Clerks 2 was awesome.
That might be one of the funniest movies
And then
ever.
Sam bricks in Frodo's mouth. And then the dude pukes. Because they're comparing the Star Wars and the Lord of the Rings. Yeah.
I made some Star Wars, or what was it, Harry Potter geek freaking puke. I love that when they, what's my favorite part? He's jacking off to the dude. Anyways, we can't.
Yeah, we can't air that.
I'm sorry, Jesus.
Yeah. The Donkey Show.
The Donkey Show.
The Donkey Show.
What was it? Some Kelly.
Boys and girls, would you like to know what a Donkey Show is? Well, on that Rick Barrett show, we like to educate our audiences, and A donkey show is something that you need to look up on.
Sorry, Jesus.
It's something that you need to look up on Google yourself, because I have a lot more taste and tact to explain that to you.
No problem.
Sparks, cheesy 80s, what do you got for us?
I got Street Frogs cartoon. These gangster ass frogs like in the ghetto and shit with boom boxes. It was some crazy ass cartoon.
Did you rent that at Hollywood Video?
No, I watched it every Saturday morning.
Saturday morning cartoon.
Yeah.
You gotta be kidding me, because I never heard of that.
I never heard of it either.
No.
Rented at a West Coast Video.
They were like these, they were like these what do you call it? Yeah, they were like this like ghetto like hip hop kind of like rapping frogs.
Was that what
I don't remember
triggered
the
your love affair
details,
for
but-
rap music then?
No,
Oh.
no. I don't know what triggered that.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out, because you're more like a metalist and
Yeah.
rock kind of guy. I mean, Mike, what do you got for us for cheesy 80s?
I'd have to go with cartoons. I'd have to say Hulk Hogan's Rock and Wrestling.
Yeah. Yep.
How about Pee-wee's Playhouse? That was kind of
Pee-wee's
cheese.
Playhouse.
Yeah.
Romper Room, but that became that was
Nah,
before
that was
the 80s.
legendary though.
That was
Rainbow.
before the 80s. So
What's Pee Wee Herman's favorite sandwich?
What?
Reuben hold the pickle.
Oh.
And that was the
I knew
3-second rule.
You walked right into that one.
On that note, let's
Let's take a break.
next segment.
Start.
Live from Spaceship Earth, Sparks to the future. So recently, since episode 1, I've thought of what that other thing was I was going to tell you about. And that is, there is another futuristic thing, believe it or not. And that is the people mover at the airport, which makes you walk 10 times faster than you normally walk. That's a great idea. Just why isn't there more things like that? And we have the dryers in the bathrooms now. The Dyson hand dryer. Good job. You stick your hands into it like a fucking like penguin thing, and dries them off real quick. So we got that too. Thank you, Dyson. You're bringing us one step closer to flying cars. And this right here. Black water. They spelled it wrong though. But you get the picture. Well, this little message appears after you drink it so far down. It says defy expectations. This is the only message I've really had so far. Like, I don't know if there's different ones. But in this stuff you have gold, silver, palladium, uranium. And I was reading about it. I guess it's really beneficial as far as removing radiation from your body. So grab one of these every so often. I mean, we got Fukushima leaking, so this is a good choice of drink to give you the nutrition you need through radioactive times. And I'd like to talk about my footrest here. It's futuristic. I just designed it tonight, actually. It works perfectly in harmony with this chair. You sit back and just, orbit the sun. And I'm thinking of all kind of futuristic stuff tonight. Wow. Yeah, the sky coaster at Kennywood, Sky Rocket, whatever the heck it's called. It uses electromagnets to propel you. I believe it's 50 miles an hour in like 3 seconds, and it's quite an experience, especially on the first seat. It blasts you up this hill. You go pretty vertical, and then hang at the top, and you're looking straight down. Kind of hangs there for a minute. Pretty awesome. Why isn't there more of this stuff? That is the question. Until next time, this has been Sparks to the Future.
That bring Barrett to us from the live studio audience. Any rebroadcast or transmission without the express written consent of yours truly is strictly prohibited by law. Any rebroadcast will be subject to fine up to $5,000 and a 5 years imprisonment. Ladies and gentlemen, have a good day, and as always, enjoy that Rick Barrett show.
And now, for the Campfire Carol.
We will pretend that this is the end. We're not losers all of the time. We march and we fall. One is for all. It's just evil all of the time.
Campfire Carol Part 2. Hit it!